What's up guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to yet another EWR recap video. I've progressed 6 weeks since the last update video and last stream. So this is just basically rounding up a lot of bad stuff that happened to us over the last 6 weeks. We looked like we were onto something massive and then Japan came calling, but we'll get to that right at the end after we preview these shows. I'm just going to recap it because there is 15 shows to recap. Plus then I have to go through the future plans and basically how everything went tits up. Just to show you the kind of people we've been pushing. Xana's the manager of Bad Bones. We're pushing them as a kind of European manager and big evil kind of brawler type heel. Zack Ryder beating Kazarian. We're pushing Christy Hemme as a proper face authority figure with our 90 charisma. We were going to push Rusev, but he's been released. Gail Kim's coming in with great technical attributes. And even though we're pushing Chris Hero, we're keeping Samoa Joe as just a man in a mission unbeaten streak like he had a couple of years ago. Wipeout, again, we're going to push Dixie. We're also using Angelina Love with Roderick Strong, who's no charisma. We're going to start pushing Zem Ion and jobbing out Curryman, the same with Jeff Hardy, although there's more news than Jeff Hardy to come later on in the video. Also keeping Serena Deeb going as the champion. And then we were just using the guns as feeder here for the Cowboy James Storm and John Morrison, whose manager Melina has been future endeavoured. We tried to push Sonjay a bit. We also then turned Gavin Spears into a heel. Basically he's been repackaged as Ty Dawson, as he was under the name of Ty Dillinger. So he joined Scott Dawson and they are now both heel rednecks, although it says Ty Dawson doesn't suit the gimmick. He's obviously stuck with it for a bit yet. The Brozone, as you see, beat them. That's the tag team of Robbie E and Zack Ryder. There's a lot more to come from them. And the rest of it's just kind of filler, getting people up with interviews. Briscoe's beating Team Canada before Chris Hero winning in the main event. Wipeout again, Ethan Carter beating Jeff Hardy, pushing the likes of Zema Ion. Mysterious G's just Trauma 1, we decided to give him a Mysterious G kind of gimmick. Bo Dallas is getting pushed. He's now IR Rotundo and his stats are looking promising. A wee vignette to start the push of Emil Satoki. And then just your usual Kevin Steen getting pushed over Kurt Angle in the main event. Which took us into the pay-per-view Genesis, where yet again, for the second pay-per-view in a row, we suffered from the 10% bug, meaning everything was 10% less than it should have been. So we had Shad Gaspard beating up Colt Cabana in the pre-show. Petey Williams defending his X Division Championship against Zema Ion and Manic. Serena Deeb defends the Knockouts title against cheerleader Melissa before the Young Bucks defeat the Briscoe brothers for the tag titles. We had John Morrison and James Storm with respective victories over each gun, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Prince Devitt gets the upset victory over Robert Roode. Kurt Angle becomes the first TNA champion since we've got two brands, we've got two champions defeating Kevin Steen. And we had a draw between Austin Aries and Chris Hero. Again, this is another show building up people with the likes of Madison Eagles debuting in segment 5 against Mia Yim. We had Rain debuting as a manager for the Young Bucks, again with a wee bit of the Grado and Wolfgang. The Young Bucks defeating the Brozone, the Briscoe brothers over the Dawsons. We also had Jinder Mahal debut against Jonathan Gresham. Even Chuck Taylor made an appearance before the boy Creed got injured and then future endeavoured. Then we had Austin Aries and Samoa Joe defeating Chris Hero and Colt Cabana. And then the last show of the month just saw the usual kind of jobber matches. Carter again beating Hardy, Rotundo beating Curryman, Manic beating Ricochet, and a big battle there, 4v4 Team Angle v Team Steen, before we finish off with Serena Deeb beating cheerleader Melissa in the main event. That took us into February, so yet more debuts and some returnees. Sonjay Dutt getting over Kazarian. Then we had El Generico come back as a heel, which is going to lead to a mask versus mask match against Manic. We had the Dustbusters debut. The Dustbusters took on Young Bucks. They won. We debuted the group called the Royal Wankers, which is a couple of Englishmen. I'll recap who's in it because I can't remember off the top of my head. And then again we have Prince Devitt beating Bobby Roode to try and push Devitt to the stars. Wipeout again, same kind of results. Windsor joins the Royal Wankers. Curryman beats Satoki. Zem Ion beating Jay Lethal. Just the same kind of matches, just to keep getting people building up over us to give us some star power. Then we have Christy Hemme announce a match between Hero and Aries in the main event on Monday Night Impact. We have Kenny King returning and re-debuting essentially as a face this time, and he beat Kazarian in his debut. Hamada makes her debut as well on this show, before we end out with Chris Hero beating Austin Aries in the main event. Wipeout again sees a lot of jobber matches. The Dawsons winning, Paige winning, Ethan Carter and Kenny King all going over. A couple of interview segments to get some overness gained before we end up with Roderick Strong getting some overness by beating Kurt Angle again in the main event. The next Impact, again, same kind of booking, just try to push the stars. We had to go with a TLC match here between the Young Bucks, the Briscoes and the Brosnan, which the Young Bucks retained. And at Wipeout, Jack Evans makes his debut here. We have a hype video for Samoa Joe. Brozone go over the Briscoe brothers, suggesting a possible push for the Brozone. Kenny King beat El Generico and Prince Devitt over Alex Shelley, so a lot of good matches there. And then we have Chris Hero and Austin Aries, the contract signing for their match, which was at Painkiller, again suffered from the 10% rating killer, which would mean that Painkiller would have been 91 of an overall rating, which would have been perfect. We had Kenny King defeat Petey Williams for the X Division Championship, Serena Deeb retaining her title, Prince Devitt against Bobby Roode, Manic wins a mask versus mask match against El Generico, the Young Bucks defended the title in a triple threat match, Kurt Angle defended his championship against Roderick Strong, and Chris Hero finally became TNA champion by beating Austin Aries. And then the last two shows are just kind of filler, just to push us into March so we can start building for the next kind of month. It's just Devitt going to attack a lot of stuff with Team Canada, a lot of one-on-one segments. El Generico attacks Manic, but he actually returned as a heel for the star gimmick as Sami Zayn, so he'll be getting pushed as that. Kenny King over Petey Williams, a couple more interviews hyping people up, another Ethan Carter squash match. And that's pretty much it for the Monday Night Impact. Wipeout again, Adam Cole. We gave Bad Bones his actual in-ring debut. Kenny King beat Sami Zayn, a good one. Same with Zema Ion against Manic. So I may go with Kenny King and Zema for the X Division Championship. John Morrison beat Alex Shelley. Devitt against Roode. And then Kurt Angle losing in the main event to Samoa Joe. Then it all went tits up. Basically, we lost our tag champions, the Young Bucks, Alex Shelley, Prince Devitt, Harry Smith, and a couple other people who decided they just wanted to do Japan and no global commitments, so we lost all of the stars from our roster. We lost Jay Briscoe to injury, so that's already left us with like literally one tag team and no tag team champions. So Kurt Angle is TNA champion, Deep still get the knockouts, Samoa Joe still television champion, Chris Hero's the new World Heavyweight, vacant tag team championships, which I'm unsure what I'm going to do with, although the fact they get vacated means they've lost a bit of image, so that's frustrating. And the X Division championships now in Kenny King. As I say, we lost the two 10% shows, so I ended up signing a lot of new staff. So just to give you a kind of idea, we brought in Freddie Prinze Jr., we've got Joey Styles, and on the case of events now, we've got Todd Keneally, however it's pronounced, doing it instead of Alex Riley, so his first pay-per-view will be locked down at the end of this month. But it's not all doom and gloom. So we've now trimmed the roster, 230 on the roster, 71 in development, so still about 160, a lot not getting used, but hopefully we'll start to use them. Just remember, they need to show the stables. Team Canada is your Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Kyle O'Reilly and Petey Williams. Royal Wankers is Adam Windsor, Greg Burridge, Oliver Gray and Shea Samuels. In development, Sting's back next month, so that's good. Eddie Kingston's still a mile off. And I said there was some good news in this month, and it is the fact that we have signed Matt Hardy to reform the Hardy Boys as a jobber kind of tag team to push stars over. And of course we have a new GM, which is Edge. He's signed as a non-worker for Star Power. And we also signed The Undertaker, who had been released by the WWE, so he'll maybe perform once a month against some of our up-and-coming stars to push them over and basically just to use his star power. So you can see 96 public image, the WWE is 97, it's neck and neck at the top between ourselves, and hopefully we'll eventually win this war. Considering when you look at the TV rankings, we have the top two shows. But that's it for now, guys. Hopefully there will be some more EWR put up on YouTube. Hopefully get a restream going soon on it. And as always guys, if you liked this video, please hit that like button. Again, as always, leave a comment with your EWR stories. And until next time guys, I'll see you later on. Bye bye.